Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. Now, when it comes to the whole world of flagship phones, it's not always the case that just because you're getting a flagship phone means you're going to get the very best phone, okay? Case in point, I have the LG G5, and at the time that I bought it, this was their flagship phone. The LG G6 is coming out. But to be honest with you, I would consider this a good mid-range phone because it's just not up to all the flagship things that you would want with a phone, specifically when it comes to quality. Now, one company that has always, in my opinion, delivered for what they promise is with the Moto G series by Motorola. And I have the original Moto G right here, and in my opinion, the Moto G series is the best budget to mid-range phones, period. And every year they keep improving upon that particular segment of their business, and this year is no difference because maybe in this month, it should be this month for sure, in March, maybe by the end of this month, they are releasing their Moto G5 Plus phones here in the United States. The Moto G Plus and Moto G5 Plus has already been released in other countries. However, in the US, we're only going to get the Moto G5 Plus, and once again, Motorola is bringing it. Now, myself, I love it when I actually find something at a budget price, but I'm getting really, really good quality. So that's pretty much the holy grail for me. And as a matter of fact, I did a recent episode about the $89 Linux laptop. So hopefully that has the budget and the quality as well. So as more and more manufacturers are getting better at making these devices, obviously the cost of technology goes down. Hopefully more phones will come out that have a high quality, and a lot of them are coming out, such as the Moto G, but also other companies like Huawei or even OnePlus and Xiaomi. They've been consistently releasing really good phones at that price, but still, in my opinion, the Moto G series is the best. So let's look at some of these specs. First and foremost, when you actually look at this, it looks very similar to Motorola's flagship phone last year, which was the Moto Z. However, I think it looks better. It's less flat, it's less pronounced with the camera hump, it has more curves. It's just a better looking device. Now, it does have a metal type backing, and it does have a plastic, I would say a rim around it, or the border. So it's actually plastic, so it's better for antenna reception. Now, in terms of the actual specs itself, you're getting really, really good specs. First and foremost, you got a Snapdragon 625 octa-core processor. You are having Android Nougat with it right out of the gate. And in terms of RAM, you come with either 2 or 4 gigs. I'm assuming that at the base level Moto G5 Plus, you're getting 2 gigs. And you also have the option of 32 or 64. But once again, I'm pretty sure it depends on which one you're getting. But I'm pretty sure for the base model, Moto G5 Plus, it's going to be 32 gigs. And great thing to do, as always with Motorola phones, they are offering the micro SD card, and you can support up to 128 gigs, which is nice. But I saw some other specs that says it could hold up to a 256 gig card, which is always nice. And then the screen itself, the G5 Plus has a 5.2 inch 1080p screen, and the resolution, the pixels per inch is 424 ppi. So every video that I've seen, it looks really, really great. It's Gorilla Glass 3. And one thing that I've always loved about the Moto G series is that they make sure that it could run anywhere in the world. Okay, so all of these phones are already unlocked. They have all the bands available in them, which a lot of flagship phones don't do a lot of what this phone does. It does have turbocharging as well, which is a feature that I really, really enjoy with the LG G5. So, you're going to be able to get 6 hours and 15 minutes, and it really does make a big difference. And also, one thing that is now a feature, and I'm so glad they brought this back with the Moto G5 Plus, is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So, that last year with the Moto Z, they got rid of the headphone jack. I think they were the first big manufacturer to do that here in the US, and I didn't like that at all. Now, in terms of the camera, this is something that has to be talked about because the rear camera, the 12 megapixel camera, is actually the same Sony camera sensor that's actually in the Samsung Galaxy S7 from last year, and that was an awesome camera. Now, whether or not they're able to have the same quality with the software they have, that remains to be seen, but I have a lot of hopes for it. And the front camera is a 5 megapixel wide angle camera as well. Now the only weird thing is though, I'm pretty sure it's due to cost, but there is no NFC in the US version, but NFC will be available in all the other international versions. And also the fingerprint sensor, the actual button at the bottom, you could also use it as a way to swipe back and forth as well. So you can actually get rid of the Android navigation and then use that instead. So with all of this being said, the price for this in the US, it's going to be $229, which is absolutely insane when you think about everything that you're getting. And that's the same thing that I thought about the original Moto G when it came out. You get so much for your money, and with everything that you get, including a micro SD card slot, including the fact that it has the fast charging, and it's also unlocked for pretty much anywhere in the world. Those are things that you don't even get in like many of the flagship phones nowadays, okay? And also it can still shoot 4K as well. So overall, I'm thinking I might just pick this up, okay? I really feel like this phone, this new Moto G5 Plus, I think it'll outperform my quote-unquote flagship LG G5 from last year. So that's just my thoughts on it. Anytime I see anything that is a really budget price, but they're giving you premium features, I love to talk about it, and especially when it comes to smartphones like this. I love the Moto G, and hopefully they keep this going. I'm not the biggest fan of their flagship Moto Z, but whenever they come out with their other mid-range or budget phones, I always pay attention. So if you have any thoughts on the Moto G5 Plus or any other mid-range to budget phones that you think really deserve a mention, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get a lot of value out of these videos, leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you can do that at patreon.com/geekoutdoors. All that information is in the description area below. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.